How language is related to power. All language is social and powerful and complicates of the view of intercultural interaction as a third cultural building or improvised performance. The language that is used, the words and the meaning that communicates depends not only the context but also on the social relations that are part of the interaction. Language is related to social position. It's used by co-cultural group, which means a group that are not dominated with society's social structure. Society are structured so that individual occupy social position. It means social structure embedded with assumption about gender, race, class, age, and so on. Power is central elements of this focus on difference in social position. Groups also hold different positions of power in society. Group with the most powerful use communication system that supports their perception of the world. This means that co-cultural groups have to function within communication systems that may not represent their lived experience. So, what about non-dominant groups? Do they try to adapt to dominant communication, or do they maintain their own style? There are three general answers about this question of how co-cultural groups can relate to minor powerful groups. They can communicate non-assertively, assertively, or aggressively. Through this communication structure, they try to become like the dominant group, or they can try to separate from the dominant group as much as possible.
There are both costs and benefits for co-cultural members while they choose this strategy to use. First is assimilation strategy. Non-assertive assimilation strategy emphasizes typing to fit into and be accepted by the dominant group. They will care about what we said in the group to make sure that they will not offend those in power. Assertive assimilation strategy seeks to downplay co-cultural difference and promotes the convergence into exciting structure, but they do so more forcefully than non-assertive structure. Aggressive assimilation structure emphasizes fitting in to prove they are like the member in the dominant group. The dominant group member will not treat them as typical co-cultural members, but they may be isolated from their original group. The second is a condemnation strategy. Non-assertive condemnation strategy emphasizes blending in with domain group and tactfully challenging the domain structure to recognize co-cultural practice. For this strategy, the co-cultural member may be able to influence group decision-making while still showing loyalty to larger organizational goals. Assertive accommodation strategy are probably the most common use and involving typing to strike a balance between concern of co-cultural and dominant group members. This strategy involving communicating self, doing intra-group networking, using license, and educating others. For aggressive accommodation strategy, involving becoming a part of the domain structure and then working from within to promote significant changes. No matter how high the personal cost, someone who uses this strategy will seem as a confrontational and self-promoting. The last is separation strategy. Non-assertive separation strategy are used by those who assume that some segregation is part from everyday life in the U.S. Generally, people live, work, learn, play, and pray with people who resemble themselves. This strategy is easier for a dominant group than for the co-cultural group. Assertive separation strategy reflects the conscious choice to maintain space between dominant and co-cultural group. There are benefits to promote co-cultural unity and self-determination. An aggressive separation strategy are used by those from whom co-cultural segregation is important property. This may hurt people. Individually using this strategy often criticize those who use assimilation and accommodation strategy. These are three strategies for a non-dominant group. Thanks for your watching. Hope you have a good day. Thank you. Bye.